Hey guys. And maybe girls too. Though I kinda doubt there are any watching this. But are you a builder of jujitsu shenanigans who's always wanted to make things like this? Or maybe creepy things like this. If you'd like to create all that and more, you need consider starting to build on Jump Showdown. Because in the build mode of Jump Showdown, it's like having a little bit of Roblox Studio. Jump Showdown gives you way more creative freedom. You can make vehicles, NPCs, cinematics all inside the game. And that's just the beginning. But let's set all that aside for now, because I'm about to give you a quick tutorial on the basics of how to use the build mode in Jump Showdown. Alright, but before show you the basic guide on how to use the build mode in Jump Showdown, there's something super important you need to know. The build mode in Jump Showdown is free. Yep, you heard that right, it's totally free. And guess what, two things more are totally free. Just kidding, it's not like I can hear you or reply. Well, the things are free with the build mode are the ultimate and set no cooldowns. Okay, these three features are all free. But what's not free is stuff like teleporting, killing other players, or setting a custom health amount. You'll only get access to those if you buy the private server's Game Pass. Alright, now let's get started with the guide. As we can see here, there's a lot of things on our screens. But we can break it down into three main sections. But out of these three sections, there's one I really want to focus on for a bit. On the question mark icon over here, there's a small guide that explains what the build mode in Jump Showdown is. And now you might be wondering, then what's the point of this video? Well, let me explain. As we can see, the guide mentions things like the basic commands for PC and console, but it barely covers stuff like what each logic block actually does, or what happens when you click the plus symbol in the Explorer over here. Now watch all these tons of elements we've got here. This is the whole reason I created this channel. I'll be doing my best to bring you the simplest and shortest guides possible on how to use each element of the build mode in Jump Showdown. I might skip a few small things here and there, but only until I get to know them better. Alright, let's leave that behind. Now in this gear icon right here, we can personalize our build mode with more advanced settings. Things like pixel scaling, or hiding the workspace, which removes the visual display of each part placed in the Explorer, as you can see here. Okay, now let's move on to the save slots. We get a total of 5 save slots, which in my opinion is a lot. But don't worry, with Robux, you can increase that limit so you never feel restricted. You can also rename your save slots to avoid getting confused, like on Jujitsu Shenanigans. Alright, next thing. We've got the inventory. Now, the inventory's full features are only available if you have the private server's Game Pass. That's what lets you access example builds or save your creations without using up a save slot. But there is one free feature. The feature is you can change the Jump Showdown map to build more comfortably. And as you can see, there are a ton of maps, like the base plate, the one used when JSD are on testing, the old Jujitsu Shenanigans map, or even when JSD relays to the public. Next up, we've got the shop. Right now, there are only 2 items available, not counting the option to expand your save slots. The 2 items are the Pineapple Summoner and Tramps Volume 1. The Pineapple Summoner spawns a pineapple with 2 variants. One's a big one, and the other looks kind of like dogs. Honestly, I don't recommend buying it. It's not really worth it. Then there's Tramps Volume 1, which includes 3 features: triggering a jump scare, shooting projectiles, and imprisoning players. Now, there are 2 things about the shop that really caught my attention. First, when you try to buy something, it shows the creator's name, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if they're planning to add a player-driven economy system or something. And second, they're going to sell maps. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but hey, sounds cool. Now, clearing the workspace is done by clicking this trash can icon right here. Basically, it deletes all the parts you've placed in the world. For example, I drop this bunch of blocks over here, and then I hit Clear Workspace. And now everything's gone. Now, there's something super important I need to warn you about. Whenever you load a save slot, you should always clear all the parts in the workspace first. If you don't, your save slot can get corrupted, duplicating everything twice and using up way more memory than it should. Now let's take a look at the top section. This is basically where all the building happens. If we click on Select, it lets us choose parts and drag them around with the mouse. Move is for moving, Rotate for rotating, and Scale lets you resize parts. You can also adjust how precisely you move or rotate things, which is super useful. And the 2 arrows, they're for undoing and redoing actions. Basically your classic Ctrl-Z and Ctrl-Y. You know the drill, right? Classic stuff. Alright, next up in the Model tab, we've got the basic parts. A block, a sphere, a cylinder, and a ramp. And we've also got the clone button, which, yeah, you guessed it, just clones whatever you've got selected. And then there's the anchor and unanchor tool. This lets a part either stay fixed like a wall, or be movable and affected by physics. And look, now it's unanchored, and I can move the block around. Now let's talk about welding. To use it, you need to select the parts you want to weld together. Once 2 parts are welded, they'll stay connected. If one moves, the other moves with it. And if you want to separate them, just select them again and use the break welds. Alright, now let's move on to the last feature in the Model section. And honestly, it's one of the most important tools in Jump Showdown's build mode, the group. To group parts, you first need to select the ones you want to include. Just like with welding, a group works kind of like a weld, but without actually being welded. If I select one part, it selects the whole group. You can also use the Explorer to view the group and see which parts are inside it. And if you want to select a specific piece within the group, you can do that too without affecting the other parts, just moving the one you selected. Actually, groups also have a function tied to the inventory, but the inventory can only be used if you own the private servers plus Game Pass. Now I'll explain what a part is. Basically, the part is the block we use to start building our maps, vehicles, NPCs, and more. One of the first things you'll notice is the shadow toggle. And OU can turn off shadows on a part to help reduce lag or improve performance. Super useful if you're building something big. And you can change the color of your part to anything you want. And there's a wide range of materials to choose from. Metal, plastic, neon, you name it. Each one gives your build a different look and feel. There's also a reflectance setting. This controls how shiny or reflective the part looks. But honestly, I'm not sure if it's bugged or if I just don't fully get what it's supposed to do. And to be fair, I'm running on low graphics to record this, so I can't really see the effect anyway. And we got transparency. This lets you make your part see-through, perfect for glass, ghost effects, or just adding some visual flair. There's also a property called Can Collide, which controls whether players can collide with a part or not. And the frutal function is pretty curious.
Oh, these are pretty cool, banana.
Yup, as you saw, it hit us with a banana jump scare. And you can actually change the fruit just by toggling the option off and on again.
Pineapple, pineapple.
The locked property makes it so you can't select the part with your mouse. You'll have to select it directly from the Explorer. Variant material is basically just more material options you can use. Nothing too special, really. You can also name your parts to help identify them in the Explorer. For example, here I named this part Cat, and you can see it clearly listed in the Explorer panel. Parent is another important mechanic, but I'll talk more about it in a future video. As for plantable, I'm still not totally sure what it does. From what I've seen, it seems to force an unanchored part to stay in place, I think. Not 100% sure yet. And we can also set a part is anchored on here too. Massless is a setting that makes it so other parts can't collide with it. Players still can, but parts will just pass through. Shape just changes the form of the part to one of the types I mentioned earlier, like the cube, cylinder, a sphere, or a wedge. And in transform, if you're a perfectionist like me, you can make everything more symmetrical, from the position, to the orientation, to the size. Well, that was the full basic guide on how to use the build mode in JSD. I skipped the wizard section. It's basically just a tool that creates a text part with whatever you type. There's also the Mesh Part Maker, which lets you use mesh parts from the Roblox Creator Store and set a custom hitbox, so it can be super precise. And then there are two other functions. I honestly have no idea what they do, but I think they're compatible with Roblox Studio. Hope this video helped you out. In the next few days, I'll be uploading guides for the logic blocks, and when the Jump Showdown update drops, I might upload a video that same day showing how to use the skill builder and the item logic block.